My parents could have benefited from who I am now, but they're gone now. They can't. They won't. They won't. He had a son pass away in 2007. He said, my son could have benefited from who I am now, could have benefited from who I am now. Stop playing with your gifts. Stop playing with that thing that God gave only you. Only you. You are the best who ever did it. Stop playing at the thing that the world believes that you are good at, but you aren't really good at it yet. You got your big toe in. What would it take for you to jump in with both feet? What does jumping in with both feet look like for you? I had to think about that. Who knows and who don't know? How can we share bigger, share better? What can you do? One of my friends, she told me that every day she direct messages 300 new people across social media. What would happen if I DM 10 people? Just tell them who I am and what I do. 300? She does it so much. She got things going on with her thumbs and her wrist from 300 messages. And a lot of them is copy and pastes, and sometimes she get in trouble for sending too many. I'm like, direct message. Interesting. How many people could you tell about what it is that you do? How about if you just started with your cell phone? How many people are in your cell phone that don't know what you do? How many people have memberships to places, churches, groups that they're a part of that could use your services, but they really don't know what you do? I remember some years ago, one of my cousins is an amazing fashion designer, and I had just really started speaking, had just became a coach really good, and finished school and everything. And one of the people that I introduced him to, he was making clothes for her. Every time she did something, she was in another one of his designs. And I said, why don't you do that for me? And he leaned in and he said, what is it that you do? I was offended. It's my cousin. It's my family. What is it that you do? And instead of explaining what I did, I took offense and walked away. I don't need you to make me anything because you know what I do. And I don't know if it was meant to come off the way that it did to me or whether it was just me being extra sensitive. But
Families are the last to know what we do, Darlaina.
of course, that's one of the things that Lisa Nichols talks about all the time. Stop expecting your family and friends to be your patrons, your customers. They're not. They tell her, they said, Lisa, we know, you're a world renowned speaker. Yeah, 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 you're an author, but you make the best peach cobbler. Can you just bring the peach cobbler? Just that's all we want from you is the peach cobbler. We don't want to hear nothing about where you've been. We don't want to hear nothing about what you're doing. All we want you to do is bring the peach cobbler. And that's okay. So I started just bringing the chicken. She fried the best chicken. Okay, so I'll just bring the chicken. Yes, they are the last, Frida. They are the last. And I've come to if ever, right? Frida said they are the last to be your clients, if ever. You're so right. You're so right. It has happened in my family where folks have gotten really, really ill, but they don't call me. They don't call me. They didn't even call me for my mom. My brother called somebody who the same therapy that I did for my ex-husband. He paid somebody to do it for my mother. But I didn't know. Nobody I found out way later that that's what I said. You paid somebody to facilitate the Gerson therapy, the very same one that I did for my ex-husband? Oh, got it. Got it. Like what? It was so and even when my mom passed, I felt so guilty because I could save my ex-husband, but not my mother. And my sister was the first one to say, "Don't you do that. Don't you do that." Mommy was not open. Mommy was not open. Mommy was not going to let you do it. So don't. Frida says, I'm a psychologist and all my friends and family need it. Yes, but most of them are against therapy. That's so crazy. I do believe therapy plays a big role, especially now and the things that's happening and going on, the things that we see in the world. So many people don't know where to put that energy at. Uh-oh. So many people don't know where to put it. And so it's important for us to be able to talk about it. And better to talk about it with somebody who understands the mind and can understand when the mind is going too far. When the mind is going too far, is thinking somebody's coming to get you or sending you way off on a tangent, and when you need some intervention. So that's a gift to have. You know, it's people that sometimes they will call me to talk to me, and I can tell from talking to them that they need something more than me. Even as a coach, in the certification in our classes, it there's a part where we have to be able to determine when somebody needs somebody to talk to and when somebody needs therapy, when somebody needs to go a little bit deeper, when somebody might even need medication. Like that is there's a line between when you're talking to somebody and you talking to them and they still talking in circles, or you talking to them and they talking real like this is happening, but it's really not. Good morning, Miss Tinsley. And you hear it. And you're like, okay, this needs a different kind of referral. And then you have to be brave enough to make the referral. Like, I can't help you. That is outside of my scope of work. I am not against therapy. Therapy saved my life. In them tough days when I first got divorced, oh, honey, somebody need to tell me that it was going to be all right. Because my brain was breaking because I couldn't understand why in the world is this happening to me? Why am I a bad person? I spent so much time in my bedroom that my kids used to say I was the lady behind the door. Mommy in her room, she behind the door. behind the door. I never stopped crying. Couldn't believe that this was happening to me. And I remember my mother coming to my house and opening the door saying, my mom was a Jehovah's Witness, so she didn't curse, but she was like, "Get up right now." She the one that walk in the room and open up the curtains and pull the cover off and like, "Get up." See, my son was big, so my son knew how to make um, bologna and cheese sandwich and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and he could feed his sisters. And I would make sure that that was there so I could stay in my room. And this wasn't even a divorce. This was the cheating. This was not understanding why somebody who said that they love you so much would do this and do it so blatant that you find out. Like, I'm going to tell you, back in the day, cat daddies and things, listen, that woman on the sides could have a whole nother family and you would never know it. She would know about you, but you would never know about her because they protected their homes. This lady knocked on my door, came to my house. I did beat her up though. Not because she was cheating, but because she didn't know her place. I beat her up for wives everywhere. That was my. I took one for the team. I took one for the team. I told y'all when I really write my story, all of that will be in it. That was the part of the graceful warrior that it wasn't so graceful, but it truly was somebody who she had been harassing me, coming to my house, calling my phone, doing all these things. I did Frida, hospital beat up so bad, like press charges because for assault and all this kind of stuff, everything. The only reason why they didn't was because she came to my house. Because she came to my house and because they asked her like, where did this happen? And when they told her, when they said it happened at her house, he's, well, how'd you get there?
Excuse me. Excuse
Yes,
me. I'm
yes,
so,
ma'am.
I'm so sorry. Girl. Ma'am, ma'am, as Bridget would say, ma'am, excuse
Ma'am, excuse me.
she was asking for that, all right? You
Yeah,
don't do that.
no,
She
don't
didn't
do
know she didn't know who she was messing with, okay? She probably heard you with this nice lady.
it. Nice
Hello.
Christian girl, nice Christian.
Nice Christian girl,
Yeah,
Jehovah Witness raised girl, all
yeah,
right?
that's what she heard.
Excuse me, but when somebody do something like that and come to your door, oh
To
no,
my,
she was asking for that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she had that
And
coming.
I'm
Ooh, that's my friend, Mrs. Sargent is my friend. That's my friend. Ooh, same energy. Yes, Lord. Mm.
listen, it wasn't a thing that I wanted to do. It was just this late. When I tell you at that time, I was so distraught already that it was even going on. Okay. My husband had moved out. He left. He wasn't there. I was there with my kids. And she kept calling my phone. I'm going to call you whenever I want to. It ain't nothing you going to be able to do about it. Cussing me the whole 9 yards. And in this particular day, she just decided, because at this time, my ex-husband was now saying, listen, I want to come back home. I want to fix our family, all this. I said, well, you can't do it living with your girlfriend, and you definitely can't do it living here. So he moved in with his grandmother. So she couldn't find him. So she assumed she would just come to my house. He wasn't there, but I was on the phone with him. And I told him, I said, I have had enough. I'm telling you right now, if this is your girlfriend, I'm going to beat her up. He said, you better not touch that lady. You can't fight. That's what he said. But he ain't know that life. I from a family of 9, I fought every day. I live in North Philly. I fought every day. Just because you hang your gloves up, don't mean that that's not a skill that you can't pull out your pocket when you need to pull it out. I am next to the oldest of 9 children.
Serve, 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 serve. sir,
There go another one of my
sir.
friends. She's
Look,
ready. Let's
sir,
go.
sir, sir.
So
Get
that,
get get your friend, ma'am. Look. No, Darlena. Let me tell you something. People been purchasing Audacity for a long time. They've been purchasing it and they don't understand the side effect of Audacity. A side effect of Audacity could be your life. I need you not to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that because there's a phrase that says I'm healing, not healed.
yes,
So and at that point in stage, listen, I don't understand the concept of you getting that bold with me.
yes,
Ma'am, you didn't have a relationship with me. Go find him. Why
yes,
you looking for me? It's
yes,
like the lady called my phone and was like, can you tell your husband to stop coming to my house? I told her, ma'am, that's your house. Can't run your house and my house too. Now, what I can tell you is you won't see him in my car at your house no more. You won't see my baby in the car with him no more. When he come, he might be driving whatever. I don't know. But as far as me running your house, man,
uh-uh.
no, I can't do both of them.
It's so horrible. It was so horrible.
But people got to understand with audacity. With
Yes.
audacity, there's a side effect. Now you can be audacious in a good way,
Hmm.
or you can be audacious in a not so good way. But
Yeah.
I think the encouragement from people like that, if people can be that bold
Hmm.
doing something crazy, we can definitely be that bold doing something powerful.
Absolutely. 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 And and I don't even know why that story came up, but it came up. But I promise you that people are waiting for us to show up the right way. And I saw that lady again when Vaughn was sick. And I was doing the work on him at the house, and she had called him and found out that he had cancer and wanted to know if she could come by and see him. So he asked me, is it okay if still audacity, right? Is it okay? I said, I don't care who comes see you. You not my husband. You already said what you wanted from me. That's not what I'm here for. And she came and it was like, hi, 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 hello. Yeah, remember, say what you got to say and get on up out of here. So they say the weapons will form, but they will not prosper.
You know, Darlena, this morning I read Ephesians chapter 6, right? And that's a controversial chapter in some parts of the Bible because that's the Bible, that's the scripture uh it's a scripture now that says slaves obey your masters.
Mm,
And I was reading it. I was like thinking to myself, just thinking in my mind, like, God, why would that be in the Bible? Like, that's one of them questions. I'm like, now, did King James put that in there? Or is they really in there, Jesus? I need to know. But down below that, it also says, Masters, be good to your slave. And after I got through reading it, the Spirit said to me, that chapter was written for that time. In that time, Romans had slaves. But the whole point was the power in their rebellion, or the power in them showing them what Jesus was like, was kindness. It was love. It was the thing that people wouldn't think you fight with. People don't think you fight with love. So
mm,
when you said to your husband that this woman, she come on, look, he wasn't your husband anymore. You know what I'm saying? So look, I release you. You know what I'm saying? I release the pain. You
yeah,
understand that held me because we respond sometimes because we are still in the pain of those situations, and
Yes.
it dictates our response. But when you release the pain that is holding you in that position, oh, it don't matter, child. You can go jump off the side of a mountain if you. Hey, have fun. More power. May the angels be with you. May the Lord guide your feet. It doesn't matter what you do at this point, because I have released that pain from me. It has no hold on me anymore. So therefore, I am free. I
Yes.
don't know what you are, but
Yes.
for me,
I'm free.
I'm free. I'm not doing that no more. That it's the pain. I gave an analogy years ago of people holding on to a knife, and you taking this knife and you squeezing it in your hand, and you just squeezing it to the point where you cutting yourself and you bleeding, and you keep on saying, "Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Oh my God, it hurts so bad." And the whole time, the only thing you had to do to stop the pain was to let it go. Let it go. That is what forgiveness looks like. You
Yes.
understand? You're not doing it for them. You're
Mm,
doing it for you. Let
exactly.
it go. Let go of that knife. Let it go. Drop it on the ground. Let it go, because it's only hurting you.
Yeah.
You are holding on to this pain so bad, thinking that you're trying to get justice when you need to love yourself enough to let it go. You fight with love and kindness. Love and kindness will drive people crazy. They will not understand. Well, what is I just got through doing XYZ. This
Uh-huh.
this this woman who came for you, Darlena, did not know that a whole year later, when you tried to come back with that same stuff, then now God said, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna give her back her money,
Mm-hmm.
and now you finna feel the pain,
Yeah.
because what you did, you let go of the pain. You
Mhm.
moved on. You let it go. And she tried to bring that knife back around, but she didn't do nothing but create a God problem for her. Now you created a God problem for you. Now you got $500 less in your business, and you trying to come put stuff on my credit. No, don't create God problems for yourself.
Don't do it.
Let the knife look for us. Let the knife go. Let the pain, let it go, because it ain't worth your peace. It ain't worth your joy. It ain't worth the goodness that God has for you. So let it go.
So Dr. Faith Franks just walked in the building. She said, "You better preach, Bridget." Hey, Dr. Faith, welcome to the call. Man, I tell you what, I am so grateful for growth. I'm grateful for learning, and I know that my story is just a testament for other people. All I'm doing is telling what people have experienced already. And just being brave enough to tell the truth out loud. And when you hear my story, you hear your story. You hear maybe not that part. But you hear yourself. And then see the people who tell the story, you see yourself in their story. So when you see it and you see them on the other side of it, you then receive hope for yourself, that you can see yourself on the other side of whatever it is that you relate to in that story. Yes, Yvette, we all have a story. We really, really do. And God just wants us to get to the work that we're supposed to be doing. Yes, faith empowerment. We have to get to the thing. Stop playing at that gift that God gave you. Stop playing at that thing that the world thinks you're good at, and you really not. What would it take for you to, instead of having your big toe in, to jump in with both feet? What does jumping in with both feet look like? Calling your contacts in your phone and saying, "This is what I do." And maybe not calling them, shooting them a text message with your link on it. Letting them know that this is what you do and this is how you do it. Sharing with them, "I could help you. I could. And whether they do or not, you know what happens to me a lot? People will send other people to me. Oh, I was talking to such and such and such and such, and she told me I should give you a call. Okay, great. How can I help you? What my first question is, what did they tell you about me? What did they tell you? And from what they told, oh yeah, I can help you with that. So make sure that you are what they say, ABC, always be closing, always be clarifying, always be letting the world know who you are, always be letting the world know whose you are. Keep doing that work. That work is the work that is going to change everything for you. The work that God has put on your heart to do will change everything. 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 And the thing that Myron Golden also talked about is the fact that we are all going to expire. At some point, we are all going to expire. So knowing that, what can you do today? What can you start today that is going to get you moving? What jumping in with both feet could you do that will impact your life in the most positive of ways? What could you do today? I told you, my friend sends 300 direct messages a day. I'm thinking, I'm slacking. 300? Could I just do three? Could I just tell three people that don't know? Yes. Ooh, Faith said no more committing adulterous behavior on your vision. That's when you can do everything for everybody else and not for yourself. I I sit here sometimes after the call is over and I start working on my stuff and then somebody will call me or something will do. So I'm like, I said, start next week. I'm making a block of time just for myself. 10 to 2, 10 to 2, 10 to 2. That's what I came up with for myself. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to focus on just my stuff. What would happen? What's that? 11, 12, 1, 2, 4 hours. If you could take 4 hours and just put it on your stuff, what could you accomplish? We work 40 hours for other places. What would happen if you spend 40 hours in a week on your stuff? And I'm only asking you because this is what I asked myself. Yesterday, in 2 hours, I finished the complete outline for my course. Maybe when I spend these 4 hours, because I remember sitting at my desk at work thinking to myself, man, I wish I could sit at home and work on my own stuff. I said that in 2009. That's when I was working at Temple University Hospital. I was sitting there saying that lady was harassing me, and I was saying, man, I wish I could just be home. Guess what? I'm home. I work at night. I'm home. What's the excuse? No excuse, but distractions and doing things for other people, showing up for them and not showing up for myself. Well, after hearing what I heard, stop playing with your gift. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. I cannot play at what people know that I'm good at already. Because a lot of times you feel like you decent at it. You all right. All right. But the world believes that you are excellent. So you gotta get in the flow of excellent. The only way you get in the flow of excellent is by practicing, by doing all of that. Myron Golden said, I could tell if somebody is winging it versus somebody who has practiced. Practice don't make perfect, practice makes permanent. You notice some people, wherever they go, they say the same things over and over. You could see them in 10 different places, but they saying the same thing every single time. But even though you heard it for the 10th time, it hits different every time you hear it. But you know they're gonna say that. What's your story? What's the thing that you could say every single time they see you? What's the thing that you can add as a part of your brand that people know, oh, that's that lady, or that's that guy. He says that every time. That's who he is. You got to stop playing with the gift. We will expire at some point. What will be the legacy that you leave behind for people to remember you by? Some of us is already living legends. Some of us already got a reputation for who you are. Yes, your elevator pitch, Frida. Some of you already have it. You've already done amazing things in the world. People already know you for who you are. But how can you be better? How can more people find out? It's 8 billion people on the planet. So it's time to execute your dream. It's time to put the action behind the work. It's time to show up and show out. I mean, when you go live, it's the one lady I met. When she goes live or when she does something, it costs $1,000 to talk to her. Period. Point blank. The end. And you know what she does while she's telling you to pay $1,000? If you don't pay me $1,000, be destined to lose. If you don't spend this money, you're never going to get to where you're trying to get to. If you don't spend this money, you're going to stay sick. If you don't spend this money, you're not going to. And she just gives you straight return on investment. What is this money going to do for you? I said, ooh. And don't be afraid to put a price on it. I know we kingdom people. I know we are. But how can a gift make way if there is no consideration? How can you lean into what God wants you to do if you can't pay your bills? God says lean into the gift, but you got to let the people pay for the gift. Even if it's a barter situation, it's still consideration. It's still compensation. If it's trading service for service, it's still compensation. It's not you working for free. Free is over. Free is over. And I pulled our affirmation cards. It says, my heart is the center of my power. I follow my heart. I create easily and effortlessly when I let my thoughts come from the loving space of my own heart. This one says, there is plenty for everyone, including me. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. May my good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. It does. It does. Let me do our 5 minutes of gratitude. Let's see who has some words to go with the words today. It says you need to learn how to select your thoughts just the same way as you select your clothes every day. This is a power you can cultivate. Select your thoughts the way you select your clothes. Oh, that's a good thought. I'm gonna keep that. Oh, that's a bad thought. I'm not gonna wear that. Oh, that's a good thought. We absolutely can do that. That quote was by Elizabeth Gilbert. Now, fill in the 4 blanks. One reason my life is already great. Something about myself I would never change. A reason to smile right now. Something I currently have that I always wanted. And the affirmation says, in the space between where I am and where I want to be, I thrive. And we do. In this space that we are growing, becoming, all of that is so important for us to lean in at this amazing work. That stuff was so heavy, I forgot to I forgot to read Psalms 23. Let me read our Psalms 23 because we are decreeing and declaring Psalms 23 every single day of our lives. The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right path for his name's sake. Even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as I live. And this is my encouraged devotional Bible. So I know it sounds a little bit different, but the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want for anything. And I don't. And I don't. The only thing I want for is for more people to be healed. It's for the world to be a better place. It's for people to be able to live in peace and harmony. For people to be able to develop out the work that they really want to do in their lives. That's what I want. That's what I want. And as long as it depends on me, I want to be able to be a part of people getting to what they want, to what they want to have. You know, yesterday we talked about no small plans. So, what's your big plan? What's the big plan? What we doing? What's the big plan? Um, Let me jump into our Deep Breath of Life daily inspiration for heart centered living by Alan Cohen. For July 18th, it says Velcro relationships. And then the quote is from A Course in Miracles. It says, all minds are joined. It says, while Carla was teaching the seminar, a woman told her, I feel that my marriage is over. My husband and I have been together for a long time, and we have grown in different directions. I want to leave, but I cannot because I know it will crush him. A month later, at another workshop, a man confessed, my marriage is empty, but I'm staying with my wife because I know she would never survive a divorce. Then Carla discovered that he was the husband of the woman who spoke at the first seminar. Relationships are based on matching energy, like strips of Velcro fasteners. Partners contain hooking energies that conform by agreement. Often, couples have similar or polarized underlying feelings that go unspoken. When you speak your truth, you invite your partner to do the same, and together you bring the relationship into more light and integrity. Invite your partner in a relationship, business, or friendship to greater intimacy by being honest about what you are experiencing. You may be surprised to find that you are more joined than you realize. And it says, show me my oneness with my brothers and sisters. Let me meet them in the deepest and richest truth of the heart. I attract the perfect co creators for my adventure into greater life. Isn't that funny? You find that that is what people are experiencing. A lot of times you're experiencing the same exact thing. You know that it's done and they know that it's done, but nobody not saying that it's done. These relationships like Velcro, like she said, parts are just hooked in. We're just hooked in together. And that doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate partnership. It could be a business partnership. It could be a friendship. A lot of that is just tell the truth. Just tell your truth. And when you tell your truth out loud, so a lot of times you will find that the same truth is being experienced by all, by all. So I hope that you have been working on your life statement, writing down your vision for your life. You know, if you go to sleep and wake up and you're living your dream life, what is that? Tell us what that dream life is. Write it down in all of your honest wishes that you want for yourself using all your senses. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it look like? All of the things. What are you hearing when you're there? Writing it all out and creating a new life statement for yourself, creating a mission and vision statement for your life so that you add some direction to it. You know, so many people in the world are just lost. They know they want something, but they don't know what the something is because they haven't taken time to identify what that thing is. So, what is the thing that you really want to create in your life? What is the thing that you really, really want to do? You have to take the time and lean into it and take care of the dream that God has given to you. With that being said, Dr. Long, will you please give us our blessing for this day?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still laughing about you fighting with the lady. Anyway,
Wait, before you do, you guys had mentioned 11:11. I know Dr. Loretta did before. Can you tell me again what 11:11 is? And the only reason why I'm asking is because yesterday a friend called me. I missed her call. So I go back to call her back from the missed call. I speak to her. I hang up from talking to her. My phone rings again, and I was calling my dad. And I was like, why am I calling daddy? Because I've never deleted his number from my phone. So I hung up, because I don't know who answers that phone because I've done that with my father. This was my stepfather, but my stepfather was my best friend. I don't call my stepfather, I call my bonus daddy. But anyway, so y'all know, my stepfather was my best friend. That's who raised me since I was 7. But I was still close to my biological father. And years ago in 2005, I tried to call my biological father. I kept calling his phone because I still had his cell phone. And then one day it was disconnected and it was like he died again. So this time with this daddy, I just kept the number in my phone and never called it. So yesterday I called it, and before it rang, I hung up, but it was at 11:11. So I just want y'all to share because I know that meant something because I know he
So,
was talking to me.
so 1111 is an angel number in numerology and spirituality. It's often, the angels are speaking to you. It's
get
a
your attention.
it's a sign of new beginnings, of manifestation, connection between thoughts and reality. It really is something you should pay attention to. It could mean spiritual awakening and guidance from spirit realm. And you can connect it how you see. Is positive thoughts and intentions is one of those things where if you see it, it's a reminder to stay positive, focus on whatever you were thinking. A lot of times when 1111, 222, 333, 444, 555, those numbers come up, I think, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
What what
They
what
want you to pay attention.
pay attention to what it is, um, all of that. And so Frida said alignment with divine plan, staying on the path. So yeah, so
So,
it could mean a bunch of things, but it's
Well, it has
definitely,
something to do with those fathers,
you're
if
definitely
that's where it came up.
you're definitely spiritual.
and can I just read because of course, I didn't wait to talk to y'all. I looked it up, but I just want to read a little message that was in AI, and then I'll let you go into your prayer, Dr. Loretta, if you don't mind. It was like the
Okay.
angel number 1111 is often interpreted as a powerful sign of new beginnings, spiritual awakening, and alignment with one's true purpose. It's message from the universe it's a message from the universe or your guardian angels suggesting that your thoughts are powerful and you should be mindful of them as they can manifest into reality. Seeing 1111 can also indicate that you are on the right path and that your angels are supporting you. Isn't that so amazing?
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Yes, it is. And we're all in our places with that tiny face. This is what I want to keep saying. When anything jumps out from this affirmation that we do at the end, just take that piece and meditate and listen to that all day, because let go and let God has been followed me around. So that's what I'm really working on. Evidently I'm not doing it. So the father says, yeah, sit down, little girl, you're in the way. All right, here we go. I'm blessed going in,
Let's going in.
I'm blessed coming out,
Let's coming out.
I'm blessed in the city,
It's in the city.
I'm blessed in the field.
It's in the field.
I am always in the right place at the right time
Always in the right place at the right time.
with the right people,
Right people
doing the right thing
doing the right thing
for the right reasons.
for the right reason.
And everything's in divine order.
Everything is in divine order.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
Expand our territory.
Expand our territory.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
That we may do no harm.
That we may do no harm.
And we let go and let God.
We let go and let God.
And go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
And let the blessings and the money roll in.
Let the blessings and the money roll in.
Here comes from the north, south, east, and west.
North, south, east, and west.
From above and beneath.
Above and beneath.
From known and unknown sources. Call that unknown money.
From known and unknown sources.
Tell us about our money, Darlaina.
We have supernatural unlimited money, so it's supernatural unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance, so we never run out. We always have more than enough.
Yes.
More than enough to do anything our hearts desire, and more than enough to do anything God puts on our hearts to do for others.
Yeah.
What's the name of our bank, Bridget?
Heaven.
Heaven. We got money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep. Hallelujah.
Yes, yes, yes. Frida said, we staying on the path. Jeremiah sent so much hearts and claps and hearts and claps.
Yes, thank you, Jeremiah. I love your name.
Yes.
It makes me happy just to call your name.
Yes, for sure. Well,
All
thank
right.
everybody for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, dedicate that time to us. Like